For those of you that regularly watch the proceedings of Parliament and particularly question time, this week has been quite different. There's been quite a sombre attitude in the House throughout its sitting times, and all of the question times have been noted for their lack of interjection, for the serious nature of the questions and the serious attempt by ministers to give informative answers. Today, the questions are much the same. 12 questions, of which nearly all of them focus on trying to get more information out to people about how the government's coping with the emergency, with the earthquakes, which have now become known as the Kaikoura earthquakes, but obviously the area affected is far greater than that. After question time, again, quite an unusual close to this parliamentary week. We first of all move to government notice of motion number 1, and this concerns the appointment of the Controller and Auditor General. As the Speaker, I chair the Officers of Parliament Select Committee, and recently we've been involved in attending interviews as to whom we would select or for Parliament to ratify as the new Auditor General, who will start in the early 2017. This is brought about by the retirement of Lynn Provo, who has done an excellent job as Auditor General over the last 7 years. And today we will debate in the House, and I'm sure again it'll be a very agreeable, pleasant debate, the appointment of Martin Matthews as the successor for Lynn Provo. After that, we again do something that we don't often do in this Parliament, and that's devote a 2-hour debate to issues concerning our Pacific neighbours. We have the Pacific Forum on here at the moment. The 16 nations have been invited to New Zealand at the cost of the New Zealand government, and the last few days they've been watching parliamentary procedure. Today they will be able to watch from the galleries a debate which will last for 2 hours. It'll be New Zealand parliamentarians speaking about their perception of the issues facing our Pacific neighbours, and then tomorrow, when Parliament is closed, those politicians from those 16 Pacific nations will have the opportunity to re-debate the issues from their own perspective and sitting in the House of Representatives. So a bit of history being created over the next 24 hours.